Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Azine Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay guys, so last night in the Big Brother house, there was a family meeting. Yes guys, so Ike called together every member of the house in the dining area, and then he went on to ask them after talking about their wager presentation and all that. He went ahead to ask them what are their complaints or what it is they are concerned about that is happening in the house that they are not happy with. And a lot of them said a lot of things. There were people complaining about neatness. There are some people complaining about the food. The food issue is going to be a very, very big issue in the house, because before that meeting was called, there was an issue that happened because of plantains and sausages. Yes. So when Big Brother provided food for the house, after they bought for the week, Big Brother provided what they shopped for. Ike decided to take the plantains that were supplied to the house and the sausages that were meant for everybody upstairs. Now, you all know that in the Big Brother house, there's always a special supply for the head of house, apartment or lounge, and that the housemates do not have any right to take out anything from the head of house lounge, because it's solely meant for the head of house and his BFFs. Now, it's crazy how Ike will take, food that was meant for every other person in the house to the head of house lounge, knowing that no other person can access it except him and his BFFs. Now, when they started grumbling about it, when they started complaining about it downstairs, the likes of Venita, Sheyi, Mercy were trying to convince Ike to give back the plantains to, the house. He refused. This boy refused. I was super, super pissed. Like, I was really irritated by what Ike was saying yesterday. Like, he was like, oh, how can he give back the plantains? How can he give back the sausages? That even if he gives back the plantains, he's not going to give back the sausages. And mind you, this is something that everybody worked for, via their wager last week to get. And he was like, how can he, send it to them, that he will make sure he punishes them, what's the worst they can do, that they will just shout about it and that's it. That when he was downstairs, nobody really cared to feed him. He was really bent, on getting a reaction from the likes of Angel, because he kept talking about Angel. I don't know how much, Ike is pissed with Angel, because honestly, he kept talking about Angel and all that. And he was not the only one that was pissed with Angel. Even Mercy was pissed with Angel last night. I mean, you guys would be surprised, like, isn't it Mercy, Angel, Haba? Because, Mercy has always had Angel's back, and Angel has always had Mercy's back. So what exactly happened? Now, this goes back to the tax presentation that they had earlier in the day, the WOW tax presentation, or the WOW challenge that they had. We rather divided them into 4 groups, and there was the amazing, the colorful, and all that. So at the end of it all, the team amazing that had the likes of Cross, Soma, Paris, CC, Urel, they were the ones that won, and a lot of them, before Big Brother announced, the final verdict on who won, a lot of them, likes of Neo and Angel, were really praying that the team that had Venita, Sheyi, Adekunle, Mercy would not win. Yes, they were like, no, that they will not hear the last of it. They don't want that team to win. And it looks like a lot of the housemates had that same sentiment, that they did not want, Venita's team and Mercy's team to win. So apparently, I think in the first round of the game, while other teams were playing, they tried to distract other teams, and the other housemate did not find that funny. Yes, guys. So Angel was really vocal about it, and I guess that was how Mercy heard it, and she felt like what Angel was not on her side and all that. So that was why Mercy was kind of like pissed at Angel, and she was like, I mean, that at least now she knows that she cannot be sticking out her head for anybody anymore. Now back to Ike, he was using that as an excuse not to give back to the house what they worked for. Like if you saw Ike last night, you will really, really be pissed. I mean, acting so power drunk, acting as if he is Big Brother himself, it was really, really annoying. And the worst part is that these guys, the housemaid themselves, cannot come upstairs to take out that food from the fridge, cannot take it out from there, because if they could, trust me, they would have. And most of the housemates obviously didn't want issues. That's why they had to like hold themselves and all that. So last, Mercy Venita really did convince him, to bring back the plantains. I'm not sure he brought down the sausages though. So that's what happened. Now back to that meeting. Some of them, like Alex, pointed out how Ike took this food. But I guess Alex was actually being a Miss Goody Two Shoes, because she was like, oh, I understand why he took it, because he wanted to ration, and all that. Meanwhile, that's not the main reason why Ike took it, because Ike was actually telling his VFS that he took it to punish them. And he came downstairs and was telling Alex and Cross that he took it to ration the food and all that. So the meeting was basically all about that. They talked about the hygiene, the poor hygiene in the house, how people make a mess of the restroom, the bathroom, and all that. Then White Money also talked about them respecting each other, even though they are equal, in the house. Outside of the house, not a lot of them are equal. So everybody stated their opinions and their grievances, and they laid it out on the table. Now, after that, Ike asked them to talk about things they are grateful for. So they were all talking about, how they are grateful for this, how they are grateful for that. One person that actually stood out was Ilebaye. Yes, so yesterday was actually Ilebaye's day. Honestly, I mean, she wowed us in the wow tags. Her team had the spoken word presentation, and they won that round. Ilebaye was spectacular. It was so good that even the housemates themselves were praising her. The likes of White Money, Fraud, Euro, everybody was like, wow, this girl, like, you've shown us a part of you that we are not even used to. Now, Ilebaye, during the time of talking about what she was grateful for, baby girl said she's grateful that her enemies were put to shame, that they did not see her get disqualified. I'm like, this girl, see how you just put targets on your back. More. And the funny thing is, everybody was just looking at her like, I mean, they know themselves, right? And she went ahead to also apologize to them, however she's been disrespectful, blah, 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 that they cannot cooperate and all that. I'm like, okay, Ilebaye, like, her guts. She even went ahead to say, that she's also grateful that she'll be in the finals. I'm like, okay, from your mouth to God's ears. Sheyi, when they asked him what he was grateful for, he said, that douchebags will be douchebags, kings will be kings. I'm like, see this one. If not for jury, what will they do there? Like, if not for jury, like, okay, let's talk about Sheyi for a bit now, shall we? Honestly, Sheyi is, even though I agreed with him, I actually applaud him. I'm not even going to lie. I applaud him for things he said to Ike that actually convinced Ike to let go of the community food, right? But I'm not still going to take away from him the fact that he's really annoying. Like, any small thing, I should be respected. My wife, I can't even take this kind of thing from my wife. My wife will not even do this kind of thing. My wife will always respect me. I'm like, okay, that, this is a house where everybody is deemed equal, but somehow you want to avoid being disrespected because your wife does not do the same. Then why on earth did you come to the show? I mean, being a person that have been part of the show before, you already know the drill. Like, the guy sometimes is just very annoying. Not even sometimes, most times, some of the things he says with his mouth is just like, nah, I don't think this is the right show you came to. I mean, this is not Parents Teachers Association. This is Big Brother. Get on with the program. Anyways, you could tell that Neo was actually talking about his sister, Venita, when he was making his own speech, talking about, oh, it's not by age, talking about some people don't like to be corrected. Like, in my head, I'm like, when will this sibling feud end? Like, when will it end? Neil was so happy that his sister's team did not win. He actually said it to the hearing of Venita. And you know, Venita already is pissed with that. Adikle was telling her not to react with all that. So yeah, that was how the whole family meeting in the house happened. Will it change the dynamics of the house? I think not. I mean, this is not the first time we're having this kind of kumbaya meetings, you know, with the housemates. I think this will just last for the night. In the morning, everybody will go back to their default setting and still do what they want to do and all that. Now, away from that, but before I go, so Neo and Tolani were in bed last night and they were talking about, you know, their usual gist and all that. That was how Tolani asked Neo about the other babe, the one that her name starts with B, and she goes ahead, you know, to talk about what she saw on blogs before they came into the house, how they saw both of them coming out of a hotel. Then it just occurred to me that they were talking about beauty. Yes, guys. So Neo started explaining that day they went for something, you know, that he knows the person that put out that video. Remember, I talked about it on my channel. I actually put that video out. So he said he knows the person, it's a fan. The guy hailed him and he hailed back. That was how the guy took videos of them coming out of that hotel. That actually there is nothing between him and beauty. That in fact, he has a babe who is part of the Nigerian Super Falcons. Her name starts with A. Yes, guys. And he also said that it's beauty that wants something to do with him. That is actually beauty that is pushing for a relationship with him. But for him, he's just good with being just friends with her. I'm like, wow. Like, had it been he just stopped at, oh, I mean, there is nothing between both of us, I mean, it would have been understandable. Now, I don't even know who to believe because Neo telling Tolani this, you know, saying that there is no relationship between him and Beauty, but the likes of Fraud, Alex, Mercy, and Doyen have actually confirmed that there's actually a relationship. I don't think that Mercy will actually say something like that, you know, about Beauty if she's not actually sure, because we all know that she and Beauty are actually very close. I mean, Fraud cannot just open his mouth and confirm something like that if it's not true. So it's either that Neil is lying to Tolani for whatever reason, I do not know. Him saying, oh, it's Beauty that wants relationship, but I'm the one that is not wanting. That doesn't sound like Beauty to me. Honestly, that doesn't sound like Beauty at all. I don't know, but I just don't feel like that's what Beauty would do. I just feel like Neil is just telling Tolani this for whatever reason, maybe to calm her down or to make her still want to be by his side and all that. Because you all remember, he keeps saying that it's Tolani that pushed him to even come, you know, for the All-Star season. It's Tolani that keeps reminding him to check his mails. So, yeah, I just feel like he is saying that to her for some reason to calm her mind down and all that. That's my own 2 cents. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section. So on that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezine Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead.